Hi everyone, and welcome on today's video. Now, in the search for other ways to heat the home this winter, since gas and electric is going to be very expensive, I've been asked about bioethanol fires, and luckily I do have some experience of them, in that my daughter once got one way back in 2013, and luckily at that time I did a video on it which was rather handy. So what I'm going to do is cut this old video a bit for you because it's a bit long and lengthy, slim it down a bit and show you a bioethanol fire in practice and see if you like the look of them. So let's take a look at those, shall we? We'll flick back to 2013. Hi everyone, it's Sal again. I'm going to today show you one of the latest things. I really like the look of this. It's the latest biofuel fire, and if you've looked and you found in your house that you can't have a wood burner, open fires, a bit expensive, and the coal's dear, and you're stuck with just electric especially, you're probably looking for another alternative to heat your home. And I don't blame you. Electricity and storage heaters, we all know, are a bad idea. It costs you a fortune. So take a look at this. This is the latest biofuel fire, and I think this is a good way to go. What we got here is a thing that you can move around and put wherever you like. It's odourless, it doesn't get a smell, and it does produce a real fire effect. I'm going to show you, take the thing out, and I'm going to put some stuff in. This is the bioethanol fuel that you get. Now this roughly, the more you buy of this, the cheaper it gets. For about 20 bottles, 25 bottles, you get, it works out about £1.50. It lasts good 8 hours, so you get a good bit of time out of this, I think, for the money. And I think the good thing is, to say, literally 10 minutes and it should be up and running, and you'll have all your heat going into the room, which you can cut back and forth with the chamber. So what I'm going to do now is take the glass out and show you how we light it. Now when you take the glass out, there's a couple of little ridges that sit inside the metal here, so you lift it up gently, okay, and take it one way, like so, and then pull it out. Now I guess the only part about this fire you've got to be really careful of is this piece of glass. You've got to have somewhere safe to put it while you get it alight. So, you know, be careful if you've got any children, small children running around. And I'm going to slide it down the back of there against the wall because I don't want it to fall anywhere. And make sure it's wedged in tight there. This is the actual fire itself. This is the biofuel part. As you can see, when I take it out, there's really not sort of much there really, just the chamber to hold it and the glass. So we'll put that back in. Put them in there. Now then, when I pull this back, you can see there is the actual biofuel chamber. There's a material in there that is going to soak up like a wadding, soaks up the ethanol, and that's what creates your flame and burns on and on. Probably a bit like old wax candles almost. But this is the fuel, this is the bioethanol. We're going to put some in there now. Okay, put a little drop in, I won't put too much. So we'll pour a bit in there, squirt it in. Okay, one thing I will say is, before lighting the fire, put your glass back in. You see how it comes back. You don't want me to show you how it goes back in, but put it back in again. And the good thing with this is it protects your face when you light it. It does go with a little bit of a puff, and it's more safety conscious really to have this in front of your face when you light it, because it does go with a little bit of a puff, which I'll show you now as we light it, as you see. And there's a little bit of a buff there, and if you put the glass in first, no problem. Alright, so that's it. We're going to come back and have a look, see how she's doing in 10 minutes, or what will be to you a couple of seconds, because we're going to cut the film. Right. Well, there we are, 10 minutes later, and she's burning lovely. A lovely flame effect and plenty of heat into the room, and no smell. Very, very nice, and very warming, and an alternative to coal, solid fuel, you know, logs and all the rest of it. You get all the mess and everything else, and a lot cheaper to run. So heartily recommended, a biofuel. There you are then, me back in 2013, minus me hat then. So there you are, it's another form of heating you can look at. It's probably more expensive, a lot more expensive than it was back then. I don't know what the prices are now for the fuel, but it's another alternative, something else to look into if it's your cup of tea. I will just show you some of the more modern ones that are around there on the computer. I'll just flash over and show you a few. Here then, a few more modern ones that are around about today that you can get. So it's just one site, but there's miles, and you can get lots of different varieties if that's your cup of tea or your bag. That's about it then. Just thought I'd show another form of heating that is out there. May not be your cup of tea. You've probably got experiences of it. I'm sure that you can tell me and put them in the box, in the comment box below. Let's have your views on them and what you think, whether they're a waste of money, whether they're any good, or whether you've got any experience of them and how you're getting on with it. My daughter never had hers for long. I have to admit, she had a gas fire fitted within 6 months, and I never saw the Bio Ethanol fire again. So didn't read too well really at the time, it didn't look too good. But things have changed, times have changed, and there's more modern equivalents out there, as I've just shown you. Okay, that's it though. All my stuff, you know, usual place. Derek and 33. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.